I'm ready.
All right, everybody, thank you for coming. We're so excited that you can join us today. This gentleman needs no introduction, Lorenzo Washington, the founder of Jefferson Street Sound Museum, and of course, Lady Corder Chapman, who has been a musician, a music director in over 25 churches. So we are so excited to have everybody here today. Just remember, this is a fireside chat. Stay relaxed. We have refreshments in the front room. Feel free to get up and help yourself. So we're so excited. I'm going to take a peek. I can see some of the questions right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, there's some good questions. So we just look forward to it. All right, Mr. Washington, it's your show.
Thank you for coming out and having this chat with me, lady.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And I've got a few questions here that I'd like to ask and to get the conversation rolling.
Okay, well, let me just say too, I'm just honored to have been asked to be a part of the fireside chat. I'm just honored that you all take out time to let me come in and do this, and I'm just glad to be here.
Well, we're honored here. The museum is being honored with you just sitting there.
All right.
And I thank you for that. Now, here's one of my questions, and anytime that you want to just jump in and and extend the question or just cut it off, it's kind of up to you. But the first question I have here is what age did you start singing and playing the piano?
Okay, I was reading my history today to remind me of what I've been doing, because I've done so many things. But I realized that I started playing the piano when I was around 9 or 10 years old. I sat down at the piano. I come from a very musical family. My mother and the father and sisters and my granddaddy and grandmamas and all were musical people. So we always had a piano in the house. And so I probably sat down and started playing Mary Had a Little Lamb one day. And then I said, I like that. And so I started playing some more Mary Had a Little Lamb with my left hand and my right hand, just having a good time, having fun. And it kind of started there, and it went from there, and I began to play other things. But I think I was about the age of 10.
Oh.
At home,
Yeah. Well, now, what groups have you performed with over the years, or some of them?
Some of the groups, let me see if I can think of them. I have performed with the Carter family of Nashville, Tennessee. That's me and my sisters and brothers. Our daddy was our manager, Walter E. Carter. The Carter family, then here's of late, I've been singing with another group called the Royal Gospel Singers. And I also worked with Bobby Jones, and the first aggregation of singing that he pulled together, that we used to go and participate at Channel 4, called New Life Singers. And that was, long time ago, 20, 30, 40 years ago. We used to sing out there. On Friday night, we would have our singing going on, and those are good experiences. Let's see, I sang also with the James DeWitt Johnson group, and another group that James DeWitt Johnson organized called Rehoboth. And I've been singing all my life with one group or another, with choirs, and it's been a real nice experience, one that I have really enjoyed. I might think of some more. I might think of some more groups I've sung with as time goes on. If I do, I'll mention them. Okay?
Well, I know that I've always enjoyed hearing you sing in the churches over the years. And you don't remember me, I'm sure, because I wasn't in the musical realm of music. And but we would go to different churches, and I would hear you play and sing.
Is that
and you
right?
had such a strong voice, beautiful voice, and you could hear you out in the church without you being on a microphone.
Thank you.
And it was always so beautiful.
Yeah, but in that regard, I teach piano and vocal classes. And one of the classes that I teach doing the vocal class procedure is teaching people how to speak clearly and to how to project your voice. You know, say your words clearly and how to project your voice. So probably I was doing that, I guess, projecting my voice, and didn't realize what I was doing. But it has worked well. Unfortunately, sometimes we kind of mumble and grumble when we talk. And if you're just going to pronounce your words, speak slowly, it all works out okay. But you remember me from years back, you say?
From years back.
That is
yes,
interesting.
that I do.
Because I've been around a long time now.
Close to as long as I've been around.
Yeah, I've been around a long time. I'm thankful to the Lord for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am. Now tell me, what is one of your favorite songs that you wrote?
One of the songs that I wrote, I've written many. It's probably "I'm Sorry." It says, "I'm sorry for the wrong I've done. I'm sorry if I've ever hurt anyone. Lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for the evil I see. Forgive me if I stepped back, did nothing, and let it be. Lord, I'm so sorry." That's probably one of my most favorite songs.
Beautiful.
And I wrote another song that says, "Jesus is the light of the world. Let your light shine in me." Oh, and speaking of songs, me and my brother Leon Carter not recently, I guess about 12 years ago, before 2019, we went into the studio and did this CD, and it's got 21 traditional songs on it. I mean, older music. He's Blessing Me, Amazing Grace, I'm on the Battlefield, Give Me the Old Time Religion. I love that older kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thank the Lord for placing this kind of music in my heart to communicate with others. The name of this CD is He's Blessing Me. I'm so glad He's blessing me. Matter of fact, my daddy, Reverend Walter E. Carter, wrote this head song. All my life, He's been blessing me. He's been keeping me. He's been leading me. He's been guiding me.
Yes.
And I give the Lord praise, honor, and glory.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. To move on, I have another question that I'd like to ask. Who is your favorite? Now we're going to break this down a little bit. Now, who might your favorite young gospel artist that you see coming up, whether it's somebody from your church or your family or one of the mainstream artists that's out there? But who is your favorite young gospel artist? And I got a part two to that. And what advice do you have for young artists?
A young artist that is singing gospel music,
Mm-hmm.
who would that be? That's always an interesting question. I've got a neat. Well, you know what? I have two people in my family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That I know the Lord is blessed to have beautiful vocals. Candace Carter, my brother Ronnie's daughter, has got a tremendously beautiful voice, and she's singing. She'll probably grow up and begin to do some recordings at a later time.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, she's just kind of honing her career, kind of getting it together. And I would say to Candace and any other young artist, I guess Candace is about 22, 23, and I would say to her and any other young artist, keep a positive attitude, always be willing to go where you're invited to go, and always be who you are.
Yes.
Don't let people change you who you are. If you're singing gospel, if you be sure and sing gospel music wherever you go.
Yeah.
And hopefully people if they invite you in, they realize who you are and what you are about. So be you are, be loving and be kind and be patient. And for goodness sake, be on time. If folks say service gonna start at 6, you need to be there at 6, not 6:15, not 6:30. So just be loving and kind and gracious. And I always ask the Lord to help you before you go before a crowd of people to sing. I think it's very important that we as gospel musicians especially do our very best to lift up the name Jesus, because he's got to be the focal point of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And be very intentional about what you're doing, and let people know that I'm singing for the Lord, to working out my soul's salvation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's what I would say to any young artist that's coming up in the gospel musical realm.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And there's one other thing I'd like to add to that, as far as the young artists and musicians are concerned, is always have one ready.
Always have one what?
One ready, a song.
A song ready to go.
A song ready,
And
like
when
a minister.
And what they tell ministers, always have a message in your pocket, because you don't never know when you might be called on to participate.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's good advice.
Uh-huh.
Always be ready. Be ready, ready, ready.
Yes, ma'am. I've got another question here. Is now, what would you want your legacy to be?
Legacy. What would I want to be remembered for?
Mm-hmm.
I would want to be remembered for as a person that was kind, considerate, loving, patient. As a person that always had time to see what other people are doing, listen to their questions to me, and answer them to the best of my ability in a very truthful way. I teach piano and vocal classes, and it always makes me happy when people, my students ask me maybe a question about, I don't understand this, I don't understand that, and then they look to me for the answer. And my prayer has always been, before I even give them their answer, I ask the Lord to help me to give them the kind of answer that they need, to slow me down, let me think through what they're asking me, and answer them to the best of my ability. I want to be remembered as one that loved the Lord and loved God's people, and one that always had patience to help others if I possibly could. I think that's very important, that I help all I can help. And in helping others, the Lord blesses me.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what I want to be remembered for, is one that loves God, is kind, was patient, and always willing to help others.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that you've done a lot more than my questions asked. And I did notice that you had a few notes in your hands earlier. And I wanted to see if you would expound on some of the other things that you did, other than what we have discussed here. And I know that there is a number.
How much time do you have? No, but I did. I was looking at some notes this morning. I have to remind myself, because I've gotten to the age where I don't remember all this stuff, and it always works better if the person asks me, what's happening. But anyway, I was looking through my notes, and I was remembering that I left my job in 1989. And I went into full-time music ministry. And I asked the Lord to please help me to begin to do what I needed to do, that He wanted me to do as relates to music. So that means that I asked the Lord to help me to begin to have music students and piano students and vocal students, and that I could be compensated for that. It's always a great thing to do what you enjoy doing as a hobby and get paid to do it.
Yeah.
But I have to make a living. I have light bill, water bill, just like anybody else.
Right.
So it's worked out very well. The Lord blessed me in that regard to begin to teach music, piano, and vocal classes. That's worked very well. And I think as of last year, when I look back over the students I had, it's been over 1,200 students that have come through my music school. They didn't all come at the same time, you understand?
Right.
But I was just amazed. And some of those students have gone on to play the piano for churches, choirs, for groups. They go into record studios, recording studios, and they do a multiplicity of recording type things, musically speaking. Also, I do workshops, music workshops for choirs, for groups, for solos, even deacon workshop. One time I was at church,
Really?
and the deacon said they just didn't figure out, they couldn't remember what they need to be singing on Sunday mornings. So I gave them some ideas. Sing something like "Shine on Me," or "Jesus is the Answer," or "Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine," and "Jesus keep me to the cross." So before this time, another year I may be gone. Or sing some of that kind of music. They liked that. They adopted to it, and I was a musician at that church at that time, and so they actually began to use some of that music that I suggested. And then as I moved right along in my life, I met up with a lady, and she had me involved with a group called Grassroots and Romaine. We would go into parks and places like that, and we would do music in the summertime. We would go around to different parks and do music for people, and they would come out on Sunday afternoon and enjoy that. And also, I met a lady named Sue McConnell, and I began to work with a group called Music for Seniors. And that's a group, me and we had about maybe 45 or 50 persons involved in that group. We would go to nursing homes. And I guess I would go to average about 3 or 4 nursing homes a month. I would go in and sing to the residents there, music. We would pray sometimes. We talk about scriptures. I let them talk to me and I talk to them. But that's always been a rewarding something to do, to sing to persons in nursing homes. And the plus about that too also is I'm able to go to them. They're not able to come to me. So it was not a reciprocative kind of thing. It wasn't like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. No, I did it out of the love in my heart for God and His people, and I was just glad to go in and be of assistance to them. I've been doing that since 1989. That's some of the things I began to do once I retired from my full-time job. I always say I left working for the man to work full-time for the man.
Yeah, right.
So it's been a very interesting lifestyle at that point. Also, I have done radio ministries, TV ministries, newspaper ministries. I used to write for the National Pride as well as the Spiritual Herald. And that was always very interesting because in doing my workshops with choirs, we always came up with a lot of interesting topics, like what's the role of the musician? Who's in charge in the choir stand? Should the musician be the one that picks the songs, or should everybody in the choir be able to pick out songs? Why do musicians get up and go out of church when the pastor starts to preach? I say to them, the pastor sits there and listens to you all sing. So maybe you ought to sit there while he preaches, things like that. Well, I got real good answers and good feedback from musicians in times like that, and I incorporated that in a book. I wrote a book in 2023, about 2 or 3 years ago, entitled "A More Excellent Way: Serving God Through the Musical Ministry," written by me, Lady Cordy Chapman. And this book has been released, and I go around to different churches as it is right now, and I do a little short 30-minute song service, and then I have a book signing. So that's been very successful. I've enjoyed it, and I just thank the Lord for all the things He's brought me through to this point in my life. It's been a good life. It's been a good musical life. I thank the Lord for my family. I thank the Lord for my friends, and I thank the Lord for all of you all that are here at this occasion too. And I thank you all for your questions, and I thank you for your enthusiasm, and it's just been a real good life for me at this point in my life. Did I talk too long?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What great information.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So this just about ends our chat, lady.
Okay.
And it's been great.
Okay.
And hopefully we can do this again.
I'll look forward to
sometime
that.
in the future.
I'll be very honored to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me know when.
Well, all right.
Okay.
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.